Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. A proposal released by the Governor's Redistricting Advisory Committee has gained a lot of attention in recent days. That plan reshapes our area's congressional districts, and it's raised concerns among some local officials. Susan Kennedy has a story. Susan?
Lorna, officials here today say the proposed congressional redistricting map has lots of flaws, one of them primarily being unnecessarily dividing communities of interest. As required by law, districts must be examined the year following the census. The 2010 census saw a huge growth in the minority population in Montgomery County.
The legislature during the special session.
Officials at this week's press event say the new congressional district map ignores all the fundamental changes that have taken place in Montgomery County over the past decade.
It's out on strikes in 3 counts. Not compact, not contiguous, and unnecessarily divides communities of interest.
Over 50% of the growth in the whole state was Hispanic growth. And yet now it is dispersed to ensure that other representatives will have a higher minority vote in their district, diluting the voting strength of these 3 minority groups.
That option makes those groups the statistical minority in this majority-minority county.
When I look at District 6, and I look at Garrett County, to Allegheny County, to Washington County, coming down and then coming into Montgomery County, and I ask you to just pause and tell me what those counties have in common. We don't have established relationships with these other counties, and how would this person be able to then represent the interests of all of our people in those communities?
Also under the proposed redistricting map, Montgomery would be moved completely out of the district of Representative Donna Edwards. Officials say they will push the governor to make substantial changes to the proposal before it goes to the General Assembly.
I'm sure that the governor can come up with a better plan that meets those criteria, and I would urge him to do so.
We want to be a part of the American political process, and that's why we are so wanting to work with the governor to address this issue so that we can move forward together as one Maryland.
I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
And the state has early primary elections scheduled for April 3rd, 2012. The county's Board of Elections needs to find 3,200 election judges to work during the primary and then the presidential election.
There is a stipend. There's $30 for training. It's about a 3-hour training. There's $150 for election day service. There is the Monday evening setup, which is about 2 hours at your local neighborhood precinct, specifically the one you will be assigned to. There are various positions. We also have the voting operations judge, we have techs, we have roamers, we have closers, and we have chief judges that really are more focused on individuals who have some election day experience.
If interested, visit www.777vote.org. In other news, an update on how the county plans to implement the new disposable bag tax. This measure imposes a 5-cent tax on certain carry-out bags. The money collected will be used for various county environmental programs.
We're working with our retailers in particular to make sure they understand. We're doing a public education campaign, so we want everybody between now and January 1, when this gets implemented, to appreciate that this is going to happen and that, of course, they have a choice. They shouldn't. We don't want their money. We want them to bring a reusable bag to the grocery store, to their shopping, so that they don't have to pay a tax of 5 cents.
The county has launched a website to help educate residents about the new tax. You can visit montgomerycountymd/bag to learn the basic facts about the bill that is scheduled to go into effect January 1st of next year. Good news for Rockville library patrons. The city had signed a lease with Federal Realty to manage the parking garages next to the Rockville Town Square. The agreement left out library patrons from getting any free parking. Well, County Executive Ike Leggett stepped in and all is changed. Library patrons will get 2 hours of free parking in the Rockville Town Square garages. But for this to happen, it took the involvement of Montgomery County Executive Ike Leggett.
What they've essentially done is to create a deal whereby the regular patrons for all of the visitors into the town center will get 2-hour parking, but not the patrons at the library. And I think that that's unfair, and we need to correct that.
The city of Rockville signed a 50-year lease with Federal Realty Investment Trust to manage and set the parking prices in the garages. Part of the deal included granting 2 hours of free parking to town square shoppers with a validation from one of the businesses. But the option was not available to library users.
The city has relied upon and worked with the county for a number of years. We helped to construct and to build the town center. We put a library in the town center, which is an anchor part of that. And we worked very well together throughout the history of the redevelopment of the town center. But to go unilaterally and to provide this kind of apparatus for the other patrons without considering the library and bringing Montgomery County into that process, I think was unfair.
The county used to pay the city for library parking, but stopped due to budget reductions. The city will receive $300,000 annually from the parking management company, and the county had contributed $12 million in the development of the Rockville Town Square. The county has saved $6.3 million in paper and printing reduction. County Executive Ike Leggett launched the Reduction Initiative in fiscal year 2010 that has successfully reduced the environmental impact of government operations while saving county taxpayers money. The amount of paper used by county agencies was reduced by 39% in fiscal year 2011. The initiative also benefits the environment by creating less waste. Flu season is around the corner, and the county's Department of Health and Human Services will be offering free flu vaccination clinics. Residents are urged to protect themselves by getting vaccinated. There will be several clinics starting October 31st through December 15th, and vaccines available are in the form of injectable and intranasal.
Of the vaccine is very similar to last year. It includes two flu A and flu B, and it also includes the H1N1 vaccine. So it's all in one shot or spray.
Vaccination is by appointment only, and residents can schedule by visiting montgomerycountymd.gov/flu or by calling 311. When we come back, we will show you how some parents and students celebrated Walk to School Day. And we'll tell you about